All right, what's up? It is trade recap episode 11 or 12. I'm not sure. But a lot happened in the market today. Gonna go ahead and get rid of some of this. Actually, I need to get a picture of that real quick because that's something that I need to study. And then I'm going to delete it. Okay. So a lot happened today. Like literally tons of stuff happened today, and my chart is a freaking mess. So I'm gonna remove all this stuff and start from scratch. This was a 235 point long. I am pretty sure that I have another like 235 point trade, and if I do, then I'm going to change the title of this video to not be 235 because are you serious? Dude, the last trade recap that I did was a 235 point long. This is so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna title it like 234 point long because it literally will just look like it's the same thing. Which obviously, ironically, it is the same thing. But that's just stupid. 235. I'm not 10 days ago was my last time I posted. I've been taking like tons of time off from for the holidays, I mean, I was still doing teaching material and market analysis for the premium members, but I've like hardly been doing anything as far as my own trading just because it was Christmas Eve, Christmas, my birthday is the day after Christmas. So lots of stuff going on. Obviously, not going to be, trading when the market is just, lower volume, which I thought it was going to be lower volume, but apparently, absolutely not. They're actually on my birthday was an incredible trade opportunity that if I had been trading on my birthday, I would have taken on the 26th, but I did not. Um, and for those of you, if you're wondering, I turned 25. Um, and I feel like an old man, but I know that I got a lot of old timers watching this who are probably going to laugh at that and say, you have no idea what you're talking about. Um, all right, so let's get into the long. Actually, I did take a short I want to just, I might as well touch on that real quick because I took a short prior to the long because I believed I knew where the draw was. And that came from this 15-minute making its flip up. And then this Mark II right here. And it was a 75. Mm, Let me look real quick. Hang on. Okay, I'm looking at it now. It was a 66 point long or short. Just with one contract, I did 132 bucks on my live account, which I'll make in, I'll cover my trades on that in another video. But I entered short at 21,414 and then TP'd at 21,348. So I TP'd really early compared to where I wanted to, about 20, 24 points early. So I wanted a TP right here, but like I said, I mean, just taking profits, looking at my live account and seeing it up 130 bucks, and seeing that it's right there to grab. The account is, that's 13% on what I left in the account, and now the balance is 1185. I had taken like one trade for 50 bucks that didn't play out the way I wanted to, anyways. Um, a couple days ago, maybe on Friday or something. So yeah, I mean, I shorted it somewhere along here, and then yeah, took profit too early. No, that's not right. I shorted it over here. What did I say? 414, 414 to 65 points, 66 points. Yeah, right there. So 348. Essentially just let it come up and then come down. But yeah, that short, the idea would have been to get in and hold it all the way down through here. You probably could have, like identified some sort of flip up here potentially for a trade for the short. But I did believe that this was the draw, And then after the draw, I thought it's possible for us to go up, and that's exactly what I did. I took the long. So this was the 15-minute mark too. So not under every circumstance, mechanically or anything like that, do I take a 1 minute flip up at a 15-minute mark to sweep. But in this instance, I did. And that's because I could envision the mitigation of part of this zone. I think that this low, because of the 2 hour, is definitely likely to get taken. But because we are having retracements on the way, like we had a retracement in this 15-minute zone, so I figured that once we get into our 15-minute zone down here under this Mark II, and if we get a flip up, that'll take us higher. And I told the premium members, let me pause this and get show proof that I signaled the trade. Okay, paste, yes, good. So I did let them know a little bit late just because I was kind of in the middle of a conversation. But yeah, so 21,325 is where I got in, and then my final TP was 560. Um, and I had limits right here. I actually ended up moving this limit up to 385. So I took 385 on that, which was that 60 points? Again, yeah, am I reading that right? And then from there, I think I TP'd just like right after that in the like low 400s, between 400 and 410, because I wanted to hold a little bit higher, but just decided, I saw that, all that money on there and thought I'd take, I have another runner, so I'll take it off the table. No point in not. I took this on 3 accounts. So it was like a $2,100 trade, which is you can't ask for more than that. I mean, if you're asking for more than that, you're an asshole. So yeah, let them know that I was getting in, looking for a retrace to the low tap back on the 15. So on the 2 hour, there wasn't actually something to identify. I think at that point I had like, I was literally zoomed more in on the 15. I have like split screen, I have multi-screen. I only show you guys this one screen in the middle because I have secret stuff on the right and the left. But I think I had like the 2 hour or the 15-minute on one screen and on another zoomed in more than the other. And I don't know, I thought maybe I was looking at like a different time frame. So this was in essence the target. And then from there, just seeing if there was more to secure. So here's how I managed the trade. Also, wait, let me show proof of the actual freaking trade. Hang on. Okay, I found it. I had to pull it from Top Step X. Let me paste it. Oh my God, that looks so weird. All right. So this is the 1 minute chart. 325 entry and then 560 on the exit. And then yeah, I was right. So 385, I ended up moving it for 375, 385. And then just right when we got into the 400s, I went ahead and took it as well because at that point, I think that's like $150 per account per contract. And I wasn't going to say no to 450 right there and just cutting my risk. I ended up then moving my stop loss below here. So let's go to the 1 minute real quick and review kind of what happened. So when I see things like this, the flips round off real well. They've got like um, two nice change in state of deliveries, or I guess it's not a change in state of delivery if you're trending down. The second one is not, but I like this double order block sort of entry pattern. Obviously, you guys know the double valid pullback. That's not what I'm using to trade, but I like to have it be part of my flips, especially when I'm going counter trend from the 15-minute if I'm using the 1 minute, right? So the 1 minute for the entry, if I'm going counter trend, I want to see like a really well-rounded. That's what I say to the premium members. I say I want to see it nice and well-rounded. And that's what we have here. So this is our last swing down, and then after the flip up above it, obviously you can see on the photo that I shared, I waited for us to retrace down in to this. So 325.25 was my entry where I put on 3 contracts, 325 right here. Um, and that was from me anticipating the flip up on the 5 second. I did like that it kind of did start to get really volatile here. It put in a low and it wicked real high, and it went a little bit below that, and then it started to just dig directly up into this this little zone on the 5 second here really aggressively, and that's when I got in because I'm taking the trade based on the 1 minute with a 15-minute target in mind. So I don't have to find the perfect entry on the 5 second, but I just so happened to, which was a little bit of luck and a little bit of experience and intuition. Um, but here's what I'm talking about. So this is not a fake flip zone or anything, but it does create a very, very big and aggressive swing here. So there's no question in my mind that this is a structural swing on the 5 second, meaning if we can get above it, then I'm anticipating us to really go here. And let me just get rid of this. And so we took out um, the 50% of it, right? And the way that we close out and then just rip right back in, typically, not 9 times out of 10, but like the majority, so over 5 times out of 10, I'm not sure what the number is, but over 5 times out of 10, when you see something like this, that aggressive rip back up into a zone, that zone's not typically going to hold. If this zone isn't going to hold, then I want to be in that trade, right? And I also anticipated that it's possible that it could come a little bit lower. Um, so my stop loss, as you guys saw in the picture, the first picture that I showed, um, right here, the first picture that I showed, I'm like super zoomed in so you guys can see. Um, but I have my stop loss down at the bottom of the 1 minute flip. So a lot of people, if you don't know my system with my fake flip zones and all that stuff, then you wouldn't understand why I put my stop loss under the 1 minute, which is just premium content. But premium members know that it's because we didn't make it to a certain level in the flip zone on the 1 minute. And because we didn't make it to that certain level in the flip zone on the 1 minute, then I was keeping my stop loss down below because I figured, well, it's totally possible that it could have swept this right here and flipped up and flipped down on the 5 second one more time and stop raid me and then go up out of there. So I was comfortable with the risk. I was confident in the possibility of this trade working out. And yeah, I mean, it was valid. It did everything that I needed it to. The only thing that would have been better is if like the 15 minute had magically, not ever flipped bearish, but that obviously didn't happen. The 15 minute was way up here, and then we had to come way down here. So we are in bearish structure on the 15 minute. Yet I still was able to capitalize on the long there. I did not take the short. I didn't really have any idea of the short. My TP seems like freaking magic. This is the, actually, I'm going to take the opportunity to get a little screenshot here because I always forget to do this. So I'll put my stop loss right there and put my TP up at 560. This should give you a good visual representation of how sniper of an exit this was. It was at, yeah, something like right there. And I have no idea how I exited on this. Honestly, I exited on, let me look at that photo again. Okay, I exited on this like third leg up here. So it was like up, down, up, higher, low. And I just didn't feel confident in this. Like I did feel confident that we were probably going to go take the top out one more time or something. I don't know. I thought maybe because originally I was telling people in the updates in the trade alert section, I'm looking for um I'm looking for 600. I wanted a TP at 600, 600, 600. I believed it was, potentially going to go there. and not for any particular reason, just because when I looked to the left, I kind of saw that as like an area where there was a lot of support and resistance. So I thought maybe there's some sort of significance there. It's a whole number. Um, Usually, I mean, at this point, I have my stop loss in like big profit. I have my stop loss in 120 plus points of profit. So I'm not gambling with my life or anything. I mean, that's almost 750 extra dollars on top of the, profits that I'd already secured. Um, I think, yeah. And so I just moved my take profit to 560. I said, at 11:05 a.m. my time, so that would be 1:05 p.m. So right when we were 1:05 right here on this candle right here, I let them know, moving my TP to 560 and calling it a day after that. And yeah, I moved my TP to 560 because I believe we were going to come back up and, continue to wick the highs and stuff. But I didn't want to try to hold it to the to the 600 because I felt like that was being greedy. And anytime I recognize greed in myself, I'm working on just absolutely nipping it in the butt instantly. Because that's what's going to keep you alive in this game and make you profitable long term, keep you profitable if you are already profitable, keep you profitable long term, is to nip greed in the butt every time that you see it. So I went ahead and said, you know what? It might go to the 600. And honestly, when it went through my TP, like straight through it, I was like, man, I wonder if that was a little, premature. And then when it turned around, I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that. So I'll tell you what, the feeling of TPing early and being right is way better. It feels better than the pain hurts of missing out, if that makes sense. Like there's a pain of missing out, and there's the good feeling of not screwing yourself. And I think, yeah, the feeling of not screwing yourself definitely outweighs the pain of not taking profit and getting, having price turn back around on you. So yeah, that was a massive contract right there. That was almost $500 on per account on one micro on that. So very, very nice trade there. Wait. Did I say it was $2,100? It was more than $2,100. No, it's not because I took profits early. It was like 2,220 or something like that. If you do the math, I think 2,220, some 2,210, 2,220, something like that. Between all the accounts. Is that right? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, if you guys have questions that can be answered without me needing to show charts, or photos or anything like that, then you can ask those in the comments or on Twitter. Premium members, obviously, hit me up with anything in the premium chat, per usual. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stick to your rules. And yeah, try sticking to your rules for a couple of weeks, and I'm telling you, you will be sold on the new you. Um, but yeah, I'm glad to be back into it. It was nice to take a trade, honestly. I did enjoy my time away from the chart significantly, but yeah, it's nice to be back and get some good ones in the bag. So yeah, see you later. Peace.